Us now for more reaction is the Labour MP for East Kilbride and Strathaven, Joani Reid. Joani, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on GB News this morning. Now, tell us about the current state of the political debate in Scotland on a potential grooming gangs inquiry.
Well, there are many people across the political spectrum in Scotland and many experts who rightly have the opinion that young girls and children are being exploited by organised groups north of the border, just as they are south of the border. The problem in Scotland is we really have no idea about the extent of the problem. So recently in England and Wales, we've had, as you've rightly said, the Alexis J review, we've had the Baroness Casey review, and now we've got a national review. We've had no such scrutiny in Scotland. And of course, the culture is very similar to England. The institutions are very similar. So experts and victims have told me that it is happening, but the government is willfully blind to the problem. I think what your case has shown today is that it has put further pressure on the government to now just give up on the dereliction of duty and take this with the sufficient seriousness that it deserves.
Well, Jay, it does seem there was perhaps a slight change in the government's stance on this in their response to us. They're now saying that a grooming inquiry is under review. There is, of course, already an ongoing inquiry into child abuse in Scotland. Why do you think a separate investigation is required? And also, what more can be done in Scotland to get an understanding of this issue beyond just an inquiry, also at the policing level?
The first thing I would say that I don't believe it's under review in Scotland. It's not under review in any serious way. Nobody's reviewing it. No one's looking at the data. No one's looking at the case files. So the inquiry that you have referred to is the Scottish Abuse Inquiry. Now, that is very, very strict in what it's looking at. It's only looking at children in care, and it's not looking at cases that have arisen over the last 10 years. It's gone through many iterations. It's been going on for 10 years. There's no confidence that it will actually report. But even if it does report, it's not going to look into the issues that you've identified today because it's far too limited in scope. But I've not yet met a victim or an expert who believes that that review is fit for purpose.
And Joani Reid, just very quickly, there's a lack of data in Scotland as well, isn't there? This FOI release showing that they're not recording group-based or networked abuse. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So just as the problems that were identified in England and Wales, the exact same problems exist north of the border. And I'm part of the Home Affairs Select Committee. We've had experts tell us that the problems are exactly the same. We know very little because the data isn't robust and it's not recorded properly and it's not consistent across the whole of Scotland. So we don't know the age of perpetrators. We don't know the ethnicity of perpetrators. We know very, very little. And what we need is independent experts looking at the case files, whether they're open or not, interviewing victims, speaking to the people, the social workers and the education establishments that have supported those children and young people when they've been making their accusations. That's what we need to do. Casey did it very quickly. It's not a difficult task, but what it does take is political will.
OK, Joani Reid, Labour MP, thank you very much for your time.